Welcome everyone to WMM Ministries. We are glad to see you in the place and on social media. This month we are doing something different in the ministry. We are WMM Ministries, and our mission statement comes from 1 Thessalonians 5 and 23. And we just believe in reaching, teaching, um, educating the whole man. You have to be well rounded and balanced, not just preaching, but you have to know things naturally that will help you, get along on this earth and do things better in a more excellent way. We know that God said that He wished above all things that we shall prosper and be in good health, even as our soul prospereth. So we believe in teaching and reaching the whole man. And I'm going to read our mission scripture. Our mission and vision statement was surrounded by this scripture. And it says, it's come from 1 Thessalonians 5 and 23. It says, and the very God of peace sanctify you wholly. And I pray, God, your whole spirit and soul and body be preserved blameless until the coming of our Lord Jesus Christ. And that's what our goal is on this month, is to educate you on different areas of life that you're going to need, even to do ministry, to do different things in your community and in life. So I'm not going to prolong the time. We have an awesome speaker. His name, amen, just escaped me that fast. Victor Hayes. That's crazy how that happened. Victor Hayes, he is a financial literacy advocate, and he is full of information. So I want you to share. I want you to tell somebody. You can get here. You still have time. And we're going to call him up. Come on, everybody. Let's give him a hand praise. Amen. A big loud praise as he comes. Hand clap as he comes. Come on.
All right. I'll put this mic in here. So, Lady Kimberly Lowe and Bishop Michael Lowe, I'm grateful to be here tonight, and I definitely appreciate you guys bringing me out to give me some exposure to just expose the information that I have to people concerning financial literacy, generational wealth, personal business credit development. This thing is very, very important. Y'all hear me okay?
It's your phone. It's my phone.
Yeah, it's okay. So I'm gonna start tonight by saying I got my beautiful daughter here, Miss Kennedy.
Oh, come on.
She joined. Oh, that's all right. That's all right. Patience is a virtue. I may not even need a mic. I don't know.
Let's try.
Try to. All right. Test. Test. Give me that mic. Okay. All right. That sounds good. All right. Nothing wrong with a little technical difficulty I can deal with. Yes, it is. Right. All right. So, one thing that we all have in common is that we all have a last name. And sometimes your last name is actually more important than your first name.
Wow.
And I guess it was Birdman, a rapper. He said, you know, you put some respect on your name. And so I read somewhere in a wonderful book that says that a good name is more desirable than great riches. To be esteemed is better than silver or gold. So with that being said, your name, it means something. And in the system, in the economic system that we live in, there's a lot of things that's attached to your name. Financial literacy is not a thing that is typically taught in our communities.
So true.
I came from a household where I was told that you know, if you can't pay for it, you don't need it, and you know, credit cards were the devil.
Yeah.
But the truth of the matter is that, you know, a credit card is associated with your credit score, which is typically, I would consider that being your adult report card. So it's okay. You can say I got a C. I made a C on the test, and that's passing. You pass. But A is what's considered to be more or less excellent. And people that get A's are generally considered to be able to do more things. They are you tend to be connected to more options, and you're more available to positive things when you're on the A side of things.
Yes, yes.
So again, I'm just tell you a little brief, quick thing about me. There's nothing that you will hear from me that is not transparency, because I lead by transparency. I'm a wealth of knowledge, but it's earned knowledge. You know what I'm saying? Bought lessons are the best lessons.
Woo.
And I have been through, I'm not somebody that's coming from an Ivy League school and I'm coming and I'm teaching you what somebody taught me in a book, because if it was taught in books, then we wouldn't be here, because we would have already got this information when we went through our grade school and things of that nature. So it makes you wonder, why is financial literacy held back from us? Why is understanding how to handle money, when money and credibility is the forefront of everything that you need to do? Where you live, what you drive, where you work, what you do, how you do it is tied into that adult report card that I'm calling credit.
Yeah, that's true.
So I'm leading from a place of sincerity. I'm not coming to sell anything. If anything, I'm selling the mindset for us to understand that a lot of things that we deal with, that we feel like we're supposed to deal with, we're not supposed to deal with. Because your name means something. Your name means something after you. My name means something to my daughter after me. So I'm coming to share a transparency that is just more or less just trying to tune people into understanding that you don't have to be where you are. I have been through 8 years of just talking to people back and forth, sharing information, sharing just knowledge that I have developed, that's earned knowledge. And with that being said, in the 8 years that I've been on this journey, I have not come across one person that I could not fix their problem. And I tell people all the time, they call me the credit mechanic. I can fix anything but a broken heart.
Wow.
So if you got the will, I've got the way. It's not rocket science. There's nobody that I have come across that I have not been able to assist.
Wow.
The biggest issue is trying to get people to participate in their own rescue.
Yes, yes.
That's the biggest issue that I have faced so far. We buy what we want and beg for what we need.
Mm.
I see it every day. Every day we see it. Social media technology is the thing. You look, and I tell people all the time, you know, and please just indulge me. If you active on any form of social media, any platform, I see all the time somebody say, hey, you know, I bought a new car, God bless me. Well, let me tell you something. There's a difference between an approval and an approval.
Mm.
You can be highly approved and you can just be approved. You can be an A+ student and you can be a D+. You can get a D+, a D approval. You still approved, you passed, you made the grade, you live to see another day. But it's difference between somebody that's put forth the equity, the sweat equity to get themselves to an A+ approval.
Mm.
We pay too much for a lot of stuff.
It is true.
We go through all type of sabbaticals and different things to look good, to feel good, but what is it costing you? What is it costing you at the end of the day to have what you have, to be who you are, to show up, to show other people, but deep down inside you scuffling and trying to figure out, how am I gonna pay this $900 car note? My neighbor got the same vehicle I got, the same color, and they pay $400. That by itself should make somebody say, I'm doing it wrong. There's nothing wrong with having what you like. 9 times out of 10, with the individuals that I have interacted with, it's not a question of whether they should have what they have. It's just that they generally don't make enough money to have what they have. It's okay to have it, but it's different when you get it on the right terms. It's a whole different ball game when you do it the right way. So I know y'all have all heard the term is greater later. Okay. So just to give you a little brief history of me, and just to let you know that I am a transparent vessel in just discussing my level of understanding with financial literacy. Did I go to school for it? No. I went to the school of hard not life. I'm a valedictorian. I made mistakes, bankruptcies. I've been exposed, and I've dealt with all the financial woes, the check cashing scheme, and the whole hamster wheel of dealing with finances. So I personally ordained myself a valedictorian because I have been through what people have been faced with. I'm not ashamed of it because it made me who I am. Right. If it wasn't for who I was, I definitely would not be able to embrace who I am now. Right. Now, to the people that's watching live, I know everybody's waiting for the free game, the free information, the free information. Yeah, I got all of that. But before I open that book and expose you to that source, I need you to embrace where you are and where you really want to be. Where you are right now and where you deserve to be. I'm going to always lead. My name is Hayes. My daughter's name is Hayes. That may not mean something to somebody that doesn't have my last name, but it means something to me and my lineage. So whoever you are and whatever your last name is, that should mean something to you. You don't have to be where you are. There is an answer. And for the people that are here tonight, you blessed because you got your answer. Because this is what I do. I can look at details. I can look at the details. I can look at your adult report card and I can see where you may have failed, where you had bumps and bruises, and I can heal those areas. But I can only heal people that are willing to reveal their problem. Yeah. There's a difference in looking good when you got it good and looking good when you putting on a front. So Um, Again, I've been in financial literacy for about 8 years. I got exposed to an opportunity and I partnered with a wonderful company because I didn't know what credit was. I didn't know what credit could do. And I will tell you, and I don't know how many people will agree, but in our community, there's some type of systematic um, stigma that makes us think that we have to get second-rate deals.
Mm.
It makes us think that we got to go to the car lot and we're gonna spend the day there because they're gonna run our credit 50-11 times.
Yeah.
You think like, well, I think I'm good. Credit Karma said, and don't listen to Credit Karma, boy. Credit Karma will get you built up and make you feel real strong, and you get broke down real quick. Yes. And there's nothing against Credit Karma. I'm just, but it's the people that's listening. If you reach out to me, we can discuss, and I will show you that there's nothing wrong with Credit Karma, but there's a better way to get more legitimate, accurate information in terms of purchasing things or whatnot. But to go to a car lot, and I've experienced that. I've been in a car lot where I went and I thought, well, I got a job and I got income and I see a vehicle I want. I can go in here and I got income, so I'm good. And you go in there and you sit there all day, and you sitting in this little cubicle. Whoever the salesman is, you sitting in that cubicle and you looking out as he goes out and talks to he runs your credit, and he got to go talk to the manager or the finance manager. And you sitting there and you looking, and he's over there, and people throwing their hands up and they looking at paperwork, they turning it over, they turning it upside down. And then in the very next cubicle, there's somebody that's got excellent credit. They having a pizza party for them. I had a car salesman one time. He offered me a bottle of water that he was drinking out of. Wow. Meanwhile, the young lady next door, they bought her a pizza, and man, they was having a great time next door. And I said, that was an experience for me that I never wanted to experience again, but I needed that to develop me. When you hit rock bottom, there's something that happens in rock bottom that gives you the tenacity. It gives you some strength because you can't go any further backwards. So there's something that has to happen to make individuals understand that you deserve more, and you deserve it on better terms. And when it comes to credit, again, it's your adult report card. It basically tells everything about you. It tells how well you pay your debts. And I understand I'm in a church right now, but I'm not. I can, but I would get into some specific verses that detail debts and your name that's associated with debts. Sharing somebody else's debt is a no-no. Yeah. I talk to individuals daily. I co-sign for my cousin. I co-sign for my boyfriend. I co-sign. And I will be honest, I was looking for people to co-sign for me at one time. But I don't know that I would tie my name to anybody's debt at this point in my life. I don't know that I would readily, not a person. Ooh. Because you got to understand what you're taking on when you tie yourself to somebody else's debt. It's bigger than the money. Yes. Tying yourself to debts destroy relationships. They destroy friendships. Yes. They destroy just the whole structure. They destroy families. So you have to be very mindful. If you get people to just back up a little bit
and look at what they're dealing with. Everybody want everything fast. We want it quick. We want it fast. We want it instant. We live in a microwave age. So what I try to get people to do is say, until we can face where you are, and look at it, there's no way I can get you to where you deserve to be until we can actually get you to embrace and take responsibility and accountability for where you are. We have all made mistakes. So I stand before you tonight to say that you're dealing with a person that has been through it. And that's what leads me. And I think that's what kind of is sort of my ministry in terms of dealing with people, is because I lead with transparency. I'm not going to lead with this person with a suit on and, I've always had it this way and I went to this university and I got all these degrees. I'm leading from a place of love because it is time, and it has been time for me to play my part, and it's time for you to play your part. It's time for us to advance as a people. We have all of the resources. It's time to advance. So what I'm sharing with you tonight is that you deserve greater. You deserve any and every materialistic thing that you want to have on the right terms. You deserve it. It's already tied to your name. So this credit is not a big bad monster like we all think it is. Well, I can't do this because of my credit, but I want to buy the house, but my credit. I want to buy the car, but my credit. I applied for this job. I'm qualified for it, but they won't hire me because of my credit. When do you stop and deal with the credit? There's so much information. There's a gazillion things on internet. And I'm going to tell you, this thing took wildfire in 2019 going into 2020, where everybody was at home and people were dealing with that. And all these people were getting on social media, YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, different places, platforms, and they were discussing all of these things. Hey, just send this letter and do this and call these people and do that, and you can go here and they'll do that. And you see so much of it, and you hear so much of it, you don't know who to believe. You don't know, because it's a mental overload. It's an onslaught of information, and we already we don't trust anything no more than the decisions that we make.
Right.
We trust our decisions more than we trust people. So, as a source that has been tried by the fire, I am that person. I have not dealt with a person that was intentional about what they wanted to get done, and we can't get it done. And what I mean intentional is, I need you to participate in your rescue. I need you to be a part of the solution. There's not anybody that I have seen, and I will be honest, I won't knock anybody. I think, hey, whoever, it's a gazillion trillion people that do what I do. It's a gazillion trillion people that do what several other people in here do. But what sets you apart from other people that do what you do? And with all the people that I see that do what I do, one area seems to be kind of left in the dark. And that is addressing specific situations. And you don't tell people and charge people and tell them, oh, well, yeah, you pay this amount of money and everything gonna be good. No. It wasn't. It was easier for you to get in your situation than it's gonna be for you to get out. And there's a certain grace, there's a certain pace associated with a certain grace. There's a pace that you have to have in life, but until we can quieten the noise, you won't be able to hear and understand what that cadence is, understanding what your rhythm is. And when you get in tune with somebody that is leading you in the right direction and they're giving you information based on specific facts that you're dealing with, you will continuously be chasing your tail and be mad at everybody because you paid so much money or did this and they didn't do this and they didn't do that. We're not going to do that. I don't do that. If you're not going to be a part of what we're dealing with, it's not going to work. It's not going to work, because how do you know what you got if you just based off of what somebody told you? How do you know how to appreciate your journey if you're not a part of it? I can't want what you want more than you want it. I mean, I did my leg work. I come up out the dark and out the hole, but I can't fight for somebody that's not willing to fight for themselves. But if we work together, there's my whole goal is to get people where they need to be in less time than you expect. You tell me what you want to do, where you want to be. We're gonna look at it. I'm gonna be transparent. I'm gonna be very direct with what that is, and we get it done. Okay. So with that being said, I have just basically just kind of gave y'all an autobiography of just credit itself. What we are not understanding is that they say cash is king. I promise you, I can take anybody in here and I can get you to $100,000 of credit before I can get you to $100,000 of cash. Your credit is associated to your name. Lenders are looking at your adult report card and they're determining, based upon how your credit adult report card is structured, they are basically saying that based upon those factors, we are willing to lend you or give you a line of credit for X amount of dollars. There is an abundance of things that you can do with credit that cash just won't do. You tell me what airport you done went to and you just had a pocket full of cash and you flew out. You're a millionaire. You don't need no credit. I got cash. Tell me what airport you flew out of with straight cash. And I'm gonna tell you why I know that's a fact. Because I made the mistake of not flying for several years, and I went with some cash, and I was gonna keep my credit cards. And I say, well, you get there, and the guy says, well, I need to check a couple of bags, and it's $50 to check bags. And I say, well, okay. I pull out a $100 bill. He looked at me. He said, man, you ain't been in the airport in a while. I said, I guess not. He said, well, we can't do nothing with that. I say, so this $100 with the, I don't even know who's on the $100 bill, but somebody here probably know. I don't know. Whoever on there, I can't do nothing with that. No, you got to have a credit card. Try renting a car without a credit card. Try going and booking a hotel without a credit card. And if you can do it, I definitely was staying corrected, and I'm gonna start sending people to wherever that is, wherever that place is. So if that's not, when you start thinking about traveling, going places, doing things, you need a rental car. Maybe you're not going nowhere. Your vehicle's broke down. You got to get a rental car. If that does not alert some type of something in your head to say, paper money is probably going away. We got cryptocurrency. You got everything. You got this digital footprint. They got what they call fintech, financial. All your banking systems are going to a financial. It's a digital currency. Your money that you make at your job, when you used to get a paycheck and you can go cash your check. Yeah, you may can still do that in certain places, but in most cases, your money is being sent through a digital electronic pulse. It's just a boop, like somebody's pushing a button and it comes out of your employer's account and it goes into your bank account. It's not any paper money that's being exchanged. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. This is a big deal. Your credibility, this is just my opinion, and I do believe that we're getting to a point where it's going to be the have and the have-nots. We're going to break. It's not going to be about colors or nothing like that. It's going to be about those that have done what they needed to do and got themselves on the better side of things, and the people that have not, and they just continue to do things the way that they have done or the way they always have done, they're going to end up on the other side. My goal here tonight for the individuals that's here, because y'all the ones I'm going to take care of first, because you here. It wasn't so much to just say, oh, go do this with your credit, go on here and go do this and go do that, go do that. That may be what you wanted, and I hate it. I hate if that's what you wanted. My goal here was to bring awareness to the importance of getting yourself in tune and putting some respect on your name. That is my whole intention. I want to turn that light on, and when we turn that light on, the rest of it is easy. Getting you where you need to be, getting you in the house, getting you in the car, getting you insured, getting you whatever you need is easy. Because see, with my ministry, or where I feel like I'm led to help people, and what's easiest for me to do. See, your gift is the thing that you do the easiest, that require the least amount of effort. Me talking about money, me talking about finances, me talking about business, developing businesses, me talking about networking and connecting with your fellow man, that's easy for me. What I've seen in our community is that it's always been easy for us to get together and have gatherings and fellowship, and you bring this and you bring this, and you buy that, you buy this and buy that. But then when you ask people to come together and discuss how we can get out of what we into, that's a conversation that nobody typically wants to have. And I have been in those events. I've been in there with my own personal family. Like, man, nobody want to talk about that. We come to have a good time. Well, we've been good time, Charlie, good time. But we the biggest spenders, buying what we want, begging for what we need. Buying what we want, begging for what we need. And it's a roller coaster. And we do not teach generational wealth. But if you want a tip or a strategy to just make it all worthwhile, I'm going to tell you something that's simple. It's not rocket science. I'm just going to paint a picture. In our community, and I could give y'all the specific statistics, but I don't have that readily available tonight. But I have seen it. The number two ways that in our community that we create wealth, or somebody gets quote unquote wealthy, is we hit a lottery, you get some type of insurance payout, you had a wreck and so a big truck hit you and you got a couple of $1 million from that. Or in the specific case that somebody in your family thought enough of you that did their due diligence and created a insurance policy and made you a beneficiary. It's not the old money handing it down from this generation to that generation. And we created this industry and I'll make sure my nieces, and everybody got it. That's typically not conversations that we have. I hear daily that people say, oh, ain't nobody in my family on this. They ain't gonna do this. They ain't gonna do that. They ain't gonna give me this. They not gonna give me that. I am changing the narrative as much as I can for the people that are in reach of my voice. We have to change the conversation. We have to change the narrative. When you go to Thanksgiving dinner, if you got somebody in your family like Miss Shamira, Miss Kimberly Lowe, and these are just individuals that I know that are out here that are offering assistance. Their lanes of expertise, their lanes of profession are things that offer help for families and communities to create generational wealth. If you're not taking just a little bit of time before the DJ come in and everybody get full and get that itis and sleepy like some of y'all doing me tonight. If you're not doing that, you're doing a serious disservice to your family and you're doing a serious disservice to your last name. We have to take that time to have the discussion. So one simple strategy that I'll share is life insurance, because in our communities, that's one of the not only ways, but that's one of the most significant ways that people can create some wealth in our families. Again, it's a simple strategy. It's not rocket science. Life is life. It's a process. Start out as a baby, and a lot of people end up going back to being something like a baby. You become an adult, and you have fun and have kids, and then you kind of go back into almost sort of like a baby state if you live that full of a life. Auntie, Grandma Bertha, whoever, she's 85, 90 years old. Do we want something to happen to Grandma Bertha? No, we don't. We don't. In our community, we overthink and we get so emotional, and we take the beauty and the benefit out of a lot of things. But just think, Grandma, she got some things going on. She got ailments. She got this and that. She's older, so insurance is probably going to be higher. She's got some pre-existing conditions or whatever. But it's 5 kids. It's 10 kids. If everybody invested in on $1 million policy, if one person did it, yeah, it's going to be probably an astronomical amount for that one person, depending on what kind of income status they have. But if 10 people that are Grandma Bertha's kids and grandkids came in and said, hey, if we all divided that one big lump sum of this $500 a month or whatever, it's not saying that you want anything to happen to her or we expect anything to happen to her, but based on age and the just the terms of life, she may be an individual that you know may go on and transition in life before others just based on natural causes. But if all 10 children went in and divided the cost of $1 million policy, 10 kids, $1 million. Something happens to Grandma, how much is that going to each kid? I think it's 100,000. I think it is. Okay, very good. I ain't got my calculator. But it's $100,000. It's not. It's. We got to get. We have to. If either you're going to do it the formal way, or you have to create a system that works. Because believe you me, it's happening. It's happening, and I won't even get into the entertainment industry. You best believe when these artists and stuff get these big contracts, and these companies paying them these big contracts, give them all this money, they gotta back that money up. So whoever you is, Little Pistol Star or whoever, they got an insurance policy to back you up. And when you don't do however, and you don't play that music, or do a certain thing and dance to that certain tone or tune that they want, they're gonna collect. They're gonna collect. But yet we have all of these emotional heartstrings tied to us to where we feel like, oh man, what I look like, I don't want to invest. If it's 10 people, it may be, it may be $40 a month, $50 a month, but that may be an opportunity. That $100,000 that you get, the $100,000 that I get, may be a breakthrough where we can do something. You can start that business. You can pay off some things.
Yeah.
It's a simple strategy. This is not, I'm not telling you nothing. This is just a simple thing, and you breaking it down in a small factor where everybody getting something. The whole family can turn around and come back together and take those funds, and we're gonna start that restaurant that we wanted to start, or we're gonna start this business that we wanted to start. If nobody wants to work together, that's fine. We're gonna all do our own thing. But we need to have terms in place to create the opportunity for us and our families. It's time. It's like I said, it's beyond time. We're playing catch up now. The credit bureaus, based upon the Fair Credit Reporting Act, which is the primary system that when the Fair Credit Reporting Act was passed by Congress. This is a legal thing basically stating that you as a consumer can dispute anything that is on your credit. Your name, your address, phone number, any negative accounts. You can dispute your social security number. And you believe me, there are errors on your credit report. Old addresses, all this type of stuff. But if you don't check it out, nobody's gonna say anything, because you know why? They capitalize and they make money off of you not doing it. The longer you stay blinded and just feel like I'm getting what I deserve, the longer that the powers that be are going to do what they do. If you don't check into it, they're gonna keep giving you the same thing over and over and over and over. Check into your situation, dig a little deeper, because I can guarantee you 3 out of every 5 credit reports have errors on them. And the information that is being reported on your credit profile has to be 100% accurate. If there's a misspelling of your name, that's a problem. Identity theft. You know how many people I know that wonder why they can't get approved for stuff? And they have a father or somebody else, and I'm just using this for example, but some people just get identity theft, people get access to your information, but you got a father that shares your same, you got his name, and you know, he never considered doing whatever, and he just started using your information. Y'all don't have any dealings with one another, but you get ready to go do something, you can't do nothing because you got debts tied to your father. That's a sad day. That's a sad day, and it's a hurtful thing, but identity theft is a real thing, and just because you feel like you may not be credit worthy, you still can be a very, you can be highlighted as a source for identity theft. It's like it's happening every second of every day. You have to take control. You have to look at your adult report card. If you don't do nothing else, at least look at it. See where you are. When you see it in black and white, when you look at it, there's not a question about whether you can get out of it. But if you don't look at it, you're gonna constantly be faced with the same things. You're gonna be faced with the same things over and over. So with the Fair Credit Reporting Act, you can challenge any negative items affecting your credit. Okay. Once you challenge your debts, some of your stuff may come back accurate, and if it does, that's fine. That's not the end of the world. Understanding that your credit profile, again, it still is going to go back to more of a scholastic or a kind of like an academic approach. Your credit profile is just like a graph. And so much of your credit is determined off of your credit history, payment history, the type of accounts that you have. Some people don't have credit cards. And you say, well, I just don't have them. I don't use credit cards. But what you fail to realize that credit cards are the biggest driving force of growing your credit. Whether it's a secured credit card or it's a unsecured credit card, that is the biggest determining factor of growing your credit. And there's a lot of beautiful things that you can do with credit cards, but I'm talking about nothing. There ain't no illegal stuff. I'm talking about within the terms of what credibility does. You can do a lot of beautiful things. And I won't go into that tonight for the sake of time and everything, but when you tap into your credibility, you tap into that next level of your life. Credit is going to hold you from the type of deal you get. It can keep you from getting a house, it can keep you from getting a car and all of the stuff that I said earlier. I'm asking you, however you address it, that's fine. However you talk to somebody else, somebody else to do it, whatever. It don't matter to me. That's not what my mission is. My mission is to bring awareness and let you know that everything that you want is within your reach. I just need you to get real with yourself and decide that you're not going to be where you at. And again, with that being said, I'm going to close off here. And I'm going to hand it back over to Lady Lowe here, and I'm going to share this with you. As far as my contact information, you can find me on Facebook, Victor Hayes, VICTORHAYES. There's probably some other people with my name. If you're looking for me, for the people that's looking, they already see me. So I'm a mix between, Heavy D, Terrence Howard, Rance Allen, and somebody else, one other person I can't think of. And I'll be sure I'm all of them. Yeah, Terrence Howard, all of them. So if you see that person, that's me. But again, if you got the will, I got the way. I want to work with intentional people. I want to create the conversation. I want people to make this a conversation. Again, there's a lot of information and a lot of tips and strategies that I did not share here this evening. And it wasn't that I have a problem with it, but it's like you guys will have to camp out overnight for me to just lay out all the information that I have. But there is an answer. Before you file bankruptcy, there's an answer. We're spending too much money that we don't have. If you start to take back your credit and take back and look at your finances and develop a budget, you'll see that you're paying too much. A lot of us are paying too much for car insurance. We're paying too much for homeowners insurance. We're paying too much for life insurance, or in terms of who you're dealing with. And I mean, that's questionable based on a lot of different specifics, but we're paying too much for the things that we have in the everyday resources, whether you drive in luxury or you drive in economy or whether you drive in whatever. We have to look at what it's costing us to show up every day. And so I have resources. I'm networked with people that can make whatever needs to happen, but you have to show up for yourself. For individuals that want to reach out to me by phone, I do free consultations, and that's just my mission right now. I get talked about it all the time about doing it for free, but I'm gonna do what I have to do because my goal, money is good, but I'm so far beyond making money. My goal is to create a lane for my people. So if you want to reach out to me by phone or text me at 662-346-6118. Again, I'm Victor Hayes on Facebook, Credit Mechanic Financial Solutions is my business page. Info at info@cmfsolutions365.com is my email address, and cmfsolutions365.com is my website. So hey, you guys, contact me and let's grow together, because again, it's beyond time for us to move forward and move on into the next level of our lives and prosperity. And with that saying, I'm passing over to Bishop Lowe.
Come on, y'all, let's give him a hand clap. That was good information. Good information. I was trying to write it. You were saying it kind of fast. I was trying to put it on Facebook Live, but hopefully they got it. I did tag your name so people can, y'all tag them if y'all need them. Hope y'all got it. If not, y'all can get it from them tonight. But we thank everyone for coming out. This is going to conclude our Facebook Live, and we have refreshments. But before we dismiss, I want y'all to know that